Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We're thrilled to death that you're listening to our show. It's super fun to be here with my pal Tony talking about guitars and stuff. Doo-doo-be-doo. That's all I got. Except to announce that we've got another fantastic guest.
We have a guest?
As per usual.
I thought it was just us tonight.
Nope. Guess who are you?
This is Brandon from Sketchy Sounds. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Did you forget you were on? Or?
No,
Were you trying to leave?
I got worried there. I thought I might have chased them off.
Like a chump, I hit the mute button and started talking and then had to push it again. Hey, congrats on 10 years, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
It's very cool.
Very exciting. It's exciting for us, but more importantly, I think it's exciting for us to be able to do what we're in the middle of doing and announcing and all that stuff. And
yes.
By this time, you will have heard a micro episode where we go into great detail about all the things that we're doing. So we won't just keep dragging. We'll mention a few things now and then, but we're just busting, and we're so grateful, and we're doing everything we can to give it back to y'all. And one of the big things on there, aside from all the giveaways, that you're going to have exposure to, Brandon, is that we have the For at the Door, which, if you didn't hear that announcement, I do want to talk about this really quick. Now, we did talk about it on the micro episode, but in the case you haven't heard that, this is very, very exciting. I've been cooking on this for a long, long time. I've actually reached out to a couple of the patrons, just sort of like, hey, what do you think? I'm trying to get something going here. And we're gonna do it until and hope that it works the entire way through. But in an effort to give more life to our patented, copyrighted, trademarked Four on the Floor episode segment, I've created something called For at the Door.
For at the door.
For at the Door, in which our top tier patrons, because this is very expensive for us to do, our top tier patrons, our grand poobahs, are going to be able to select from all of mine and Tony's pedal collection.
Pedals. We got pedals.
We've got a what's that called? A pedal train Metro 20.
In a hard case.
Labeled For at the Door. And you get to choose
which four
from our library, which four you want on the board. We're going to send it to them.
Nice.
They're going to play it.
Yes.
They're going to send it back because we're going to include shipping both ways.
Oh.
And then we're going to do an episode on it.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
So there's a lot of Sketchy Sounds pedals in there too.
Yeah.
For people to choose from.
Right on.
Now, how are they going to choose these pedals?
Well, I've created a database.
Ooh, aren't you being...
I've been very fastidious.
Ooh, I like that word.
It's probably not the right one. That's just what came to mind.
Yeah, fastidious is good.
Yes. And
I'd say more anal retentive. But.
Okay, I like the other one. And yeah, it's a big, giant spreadsheet at the moment. I haven't taken the time. I don't know if I'm going to put it up on the website. Maybe... Probably not, though, at least at this point. And, it's got all the descriptions, all the pictures. I've taken time to, for you, Brandon, for the old tapes and let's see, we got the old tapes and the, where'd it go? I just lost my place. Shoot. Well, the other ones. I'm trying to name her the vulture, the coctois.
Oh, the ruffled feathers.
Ruffled feathers, yes.
Yeah,
so those
feathers,
are on there, and we got the knob boost and stuff like that, and so all the builders over 10 years that we have stuff from, and stuff that we've accumulated on our own, is you're going to be able to check out. I'm just really excited to be able to extend this, because it's one thing for you guys to build things. You guys being like, Brandon, right now you are representing all of the pedal builders of the world.
Oh man, I can't do that.
That's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
You signed a waiver. You signed a waiver.
Really disappointed in this. Yeah. Got it.
It's one thing for you guys to build them. It's another thing for you to talk about it. It's another thing for us to have you on to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's another thing to listen. But playing them is what matters. And that is a difficult thing for a lot of people that don't have access to maybe local shops, or don't get to go to events, or, don't have, a pile of daddy's money in the corner, or married into a pile of daddy's money. And we just want to connect our supporters with the awesome things that you guys are all making out there. So I'm really, really thrilled about this, and very much looking forward to how it goes. So thank you on behalf of all the builders who come on the show, who send us the pedals that we get to check out, that we get to talk about and spread the word about. And that's what I have. That's it.
Nice. Hey, before we go any further,
Yes.
we should mention that Brandon was last on about 2 years ago,
Yes.
episode number 361. So if you want to go back and...
Ooh, that's almost 100 to date.
100 to date, he
Yes.
says.
This is going to be
Wow.
366, I think.
4.
Well, no, we're at 4. Somebody else, Dr. No, was 65.
Right.
And then our announcement is 66. Oh, my, this might be 67.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Pretty close.
Close.
Whatever this ends up being.
Plus or minus 6.
Yeah.
Plus
yeah.
or minus 106.
But I'm pretty sure that's about it. Anyways, for those of you who are interested in finding out more about Sketchy Sounds, why don't you, Brandon, tell people where they can go check it out?
Yeah, the two places that I have them listed are on Etsy and Reverb that you can purchase. I do have sketchysounds.com. You can go there and take a look at some descriptions on them and through the pedal selection that I've got there. But if you want to check it out on YouTube, I have demos for all of them. And then Reverb and Etsy would be the places to go to pick them up.
Right on. And I think the thing that you benefit from by going to Reverb, at least Reverb, I haven't gone to Etsy to check them out, but most of these you have, you've done updated graphics with many of them. And you have a bunch of new models, and we're going to get into all that good stuff very, very soon. So without further complications, we're going to get into, Tony, do you have anything else?
I do not have anything else right now.
Okay.
I'm saving it all for the 4, or the not the 4 on the floor, but the Would You Rather.
Oh, excellent. Well, let's get
I've got something special.
Perfect. Let's get into what's going on in our music world this week. Tanya's going to start us off.
Yes.
And then we're going to check in with Brandon.
Well, this is kind of exciting stuff, and unfortunately, if you're hearing this now, it's probably too late to go get this.
Uh-huh.
But this morning, I was trolling around in the world of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and there was a guitar that
You're like a human guitar defining rod. Divining rod.
Defining rod.
Yeah.
And a defining. I will define them.
Yes.
And divine them. There was a guitar that I had my eye on, and and let this be a lesson to you. If there's something that you like, if you make it a favorite, they sometimes send you out notices and things.
Uh-huh.
So I got a little notice that said this guitar, which was running around $180, $190.
Yeah. Which doesn't sound too interesting right now, based on what. Usually, though, anything right around there, you're like,
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah.
So I got a notice that said it's been reduced to $155. Okay, I'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
And then I get to the site. Mm-hmm. I open it up, and there's a coupon that takes it down to $108. Now, what kind of guitar can you get for $108?
Yeah.
Well, the guitar that I had my eye on is made by a company called IYV. These are made, I believe, in Vietnam, and the model is an IRK 300. Now, this is. If you want, let's just kind of dance around it a little bit. If you were to take a Rickenbacker like 620, 660 solid body, but make it into a hollow body guitar, and has the Ricky cat eye F hole on it, and I mean, that's what actually caught my eye first. I looked and I said, what the heck is that? And then, I saw the price.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
crazy.
$100.
It's $117 shipped.
Yeah. And free shipping. Yeah. That was the other part of it, with free shipping. So, it's supposed to be here. I ordered it this morning.
Yeah,
it's going to be here tomorh.
Tony called me. I got one.
So I sent it to. I said,
they're
Todd,
still there. Well, at least right now.
Right now they are. And whilst we're recording this,
and you suspect there's something's going on.
I believe that if I had to guess, I would say that they were served a notice from probably a major manufacturer in California.
Definitely.
To say cease and desist.
Yeah, the only thing that this doesn't have is the builder's signature on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. So I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, it's $100.
It might be a hot piece of firewood.
Yeah, it could very well
be. But it probably
be.
isn't.
But it's a set neck guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really kind of cool.
The fire glow. Paint scheme, right?
Yeah, what we call a sunburst. We don't want to.
Have a heat burn. Heat burn. That's what it's called. It's a heat burn.
So I don't know. We'll see what it's like. We'll both Todd and I will have one, so we will give our full report.
I'm gonna paint mine black though.
Well, you always paint everything black. But anyhow, so that was kind of an exciting little.
Or I'll give it away, depending on what happens.
You never know.
But it's I mean, hey, if you've ever been like Rick curious,
yes,
this would have been a thing that
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The age old, it's a tricky thing when you're like, that's taken away from it. It's like somebody who's going to spend $100 on this is not going to spend $3,000.
Correct.
So if anything, it might get them to spend $3,000.
It's possible.
Like, I really like this, but I want a real one.
Yeah. Now, this one will have less of the quirks, I suppose, than a typical Rickenbacker. But
you mean the character?
Character, that's what I meant. And I would guess this has more of a Les Paul kind of a feel to it. But we'll see. How
would it have a Les Paul feel to it?
Wider
nut,
wider nut, probably a little thicker neck.
Yeah.
We'll see though. I mean, it's pretty cool.
I'd say that's where it stops.
There's more than $100 worth of parts in this thing. So
yeah.
Anyhow, that's all I got going.
Okay.
Brandon, what's going on in your?
What do you think of that? Are you checking it out right now, Brandon?
I didn't pull it up, but that's crazy. I will pull it up after this and take a look.
It's bananas.
For $100.
$100 shipped.
You almost can't go wrong. Yeah, seriously, you almost kind of can't go wrong on that. I know people that could use it if I didn't want to use it. So
pass it off to the kid down the street that can't afford a nice guitar.
I just sent you the link.
Oh, hey, sweet.
So yes, Brandon, what's going on in your music world this week?
Oh man, in my music world, my good friend Brian, that I grew up with, I actually named my firstborn son after him. We've been friends since middle school. We still get together and play music a few times a year. He lives about an hour and a half away from me. He actually got he's a year older than me, and he got diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer.
Ooh,
about 11 months ago, and had to go through chemo and all kinds of stuff. It was a rattling time, to say the least, but he's through the chemo treatments, and there was a tune through that kind of hit him hard. by the band Two Car Garage. It's called Skeleton, and he wanted to do a cover of it. And so, actually, 2 weekends ago, I went up to his place and we rocked out a little bit and recorded that tune, and he's mixing and mastering it. And it was really, really cool time. It was one of those moments where didn't know if I was going to be able to play guitar and him play drums again. And being able to record that song was extra special. So yeah, kind of some significant stuff in the music world. I really appreciated him wanting me to be a part of that project, and with how much it meant to him. So
that's
neat.
Fantastic. I mean, what a great way. I mean, to kind of
I don't mean to bring
relive
the
your
mood down here, but
no, but that's he's going through a tough time,
Yeah.
and this sometimes is a great distraction. So yeah, music is that for a lot of folks. So that's fantastic.
Him and I have, we've recorded 4 or 5 albums over the years together, and plenty of other just songs, and helped each other with other projects along the way. So it really, playing music and recording music has been what has bonded us over the years. So it was pretty neat to be able to do something like that still. And what I think it did is we're just going to make it a point to be recording something for the rest of our lives. A thing like this will kind of make it be like, yeah, this is something we're going to make it a point to do, and not let time pass by without it. So
yeah,
pretty special thing.
That's something that you definitely become aware of at a certain point where you're like, holy mackerel, man, the sand is moving in the old time, the hourglass.
My birthday was yesterday. I turned
happy
43
birthday.
years old.
43?
Oh, well, hey, thanks. I'm 43, and so for him to have that at such a young age, it puts some things in perspective, and yeah, well, it's this time of your life that this starts to happen to people close to you, and kind of
I hear you, man.
It's a different thing. So yeah, it's pretty special. He's doing very well, and very grateful for that.
Good. That is a stark reminder, gentlemen out there.
And ladies.
Get your colonoscopies.
And ladies. Yeah. Definitely.
Get your colonoscopies.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
The prep is the best part.
Oh, yeah, right? Sure.
Yeah. Well, actually, I will share this. This is kind of funny. And I don't think it's TMI, but I'm due pretty soon, next month. And they said, so is there anything that we need? I'm like, said, yes, last time you guys tried to put me in Twilight for this, which is like, anesthesia light. And I was talking to Sam Jett. Hey, Sam Jett, he's an anesthesiologist by trade, and
pedal builder.
He's the one who built the Tony Baloney, and he got the gold glitter guitar that we gave away a long time ago. And I was telling him about this, and I said I woke up and I didn't think I was supposed to be out. I woke up and I was like, whoa, yabba dabble, And my wife was there, and she's like, they're pissed. And I'm like, what? And apparently I turned into like Hulk Hogan because I wasn't fully out, and I did not like what was happening. Imagine that, So yeah, I kind of turned into a menace in there. And then they're like, nope, give him the juice. So yeah. Anyhow,
aside from colonoscopies, what's going on in your music world this week, Todd?
Well, Tony, I'm glad you asked. I did get a fantastic box in the mail from Non-Human Audio.
Non-Human Audio.
Yes, I was very excited. Ooh la la!
Are those AI pedals?
No, stop it. And that had the kimchi and the regrets, which is a brand new pedal of his.
Now I'm going to go off topic here a little bit, But we went to an authentic Korean restaurant, and I was shocked at the number of different types of kimchi that they bring out to the table.
I love kimchi.
Yeah, I mean, there was kimchi everything.
Yeah.
And a dozen different things.
Wow,
They bring it out. They bring it out in
a delight later on.
Let's go sometime.
honey, why is our bed floating above the house?
But anyhow, and the pedal's pretty darn good too, I'm told.
Yes. Very excited about that. I did see one out in the wild. I think DJ Lava Lamp, also known as R2R, has one. And so he had unboxed and played it, and it was very exciting. He's going to be on the show real soon. It's so much fun to like open up a box and go like, we gonna play this. Yeah, let's do it. And then also, I got tagged in something. So we recently had Hangman Effects
yes.
on, and those pedals were just absolutely bananas. And if you haven't listened to that episode, I highly recommend it. That is one creative cat, and we're just very, very grateful what he sent. But I got tagged because James Castellano posted with an accompanying picture, and it says, "Hey James, this is from Hangman Effects. Thanks so much for supporting us, and especially for getting the Pinkman Special Edition and supporting St. Jude's Children's Hospital." He got the dagger.
The dagger.
So this went to charity.
Ooh, and it's in pink?
It's in pink.
Oh,
it's really cool. Pink and white with gold knobs. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the pedal and can't wait to see what we have coming next. Sincerely, Hangman Effects. And he said, another super cool pedal I learned about from the Guitar Knobs. Great podcast and great guests. This Hangman Effects dagger is sure to blow the doors off my studio. Yeah. So we love when that happens because it's working.
Yes.
Yes. So
well, Todd, if you had all of these pedals,
yes.
pedals,
yes.
pedals,
yes,
pedals.
Yes. You mean like what do I use to stitch the four
Stitch it
at the door?
Do you have stitching cables?
Well, we've got Tour Gear Designs patch cables. That's
also known
what's
as
in
patch
there.
cables.
Yes, that's in there, and we're very pleased to be able to, again, show the good folks out there who are supporting the show and supporting the guitar community. What is this like?
Mm-hmm.
So those are on there. And if you want your own, you can go to tourgeardesigns.com, load up your cart.
Load it up.
All the variations.
All the sizes, all the shapes.
And if you're like, I might need to get a few more. Yes, you probably do. So just do it.
Load more in.
Then hit purchase. Then you're going to get the coupon code BOX. And what are you going to put in there, Tony?
I would put in the Guitar Knobs, all lowercase, all one word.
And you're going to save 15%. It's a delight.
Wait, did you say 15%?
I did. It's still a delight. And those are going to get shipped to you from Canada, our good friends up there.
Yes.
And we're just really grateful that they're sponsoring our Four on the Floor.
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3. Four on the Floor. We got Brandon Wilson, Sketchy Sounds. What's your Four on the Floor? Version 2.
V2.
Version 2, yeah. I recently, actually, recording pedal demos is a necessary evil of making pedals.
Yes.
Of course, people need to hear what it sounds like, have a video out there. And just like anybody else that's making stuff nowadays, you become a content creator as well, with absolutely no training and perhaps no desire to create content, but it's a must. And so what really has helped me a lot is Walrus Audio has a Canvas series of pedals, and their Canvas reamp pedal and their DI, while technically they're not on the floor, they're on my desk here, I would say they've been a huge time saver for me in recording demos. You basically, for anybody else that's recording audio, and maybe you're familiar with reamping, it just gives you a way to record your signal in DI into your interface. I use a PreSonus and I use Cubase for my DAW. And so you just are able to record your guitar input in, and then you're able to reamp it out, go through a pedal. And especially like with a fuzz pedal, like recently I just released the fuzz only version of my Lost Soul pedal. I've had people say that they were just using that, not using the modulation, just using the fuzz side. And so I released, it's a pretty raw organic style fuzz. It cleans up really well with you'd expect from a fuzz face. It's not the same circuit. It uses an LM386 chip, but it kind of reacts in a similar way. And those need to have a guitar signal going through them. If you don't have like a reamp pedal, it will the signal coming out of your DAW to go back into that, it will be dramatically different. And this reamp pedal just makes it just like you're feeding your guitar signal into it, which is what your pedal needs in order for it to record properly. What that frees me up to be able to do then is record the guitar part DI, send it back through the reamp, go into the pedal, which goes into the amp, and then I can record while I'm moving the knobs and showing what the pedal can do. It helps dramatically in that regard. I was trying to reamp without the DI pedal. The second portion of that is what I use. I put my you're able to plug your guitar into that, record through one channel of it, DI into your interface, and then the second one, when you're recording, can actually go into the pedal you're recording so you can hear what that sounds like. You know, especially if you have like a delay pedal that's doing different things, you kind of need to be able to hear and have that response to your playing. So that pedal gives you the flexibility to record a DI signal while you're hearing the affected signal, and then the reamp sends it back out. And man, those two things made it so I actually kind of wanted to record the last few demos that I did to be able to play with them, and made my life a lot easier. So I'd recommend, because there's so many people that are doing demos, which is awesome, please continue to do that if you're doing it. It's very, very helpful, especially for underground indie pedal makers. If you're picking those up and making demos of those, regardless of how many views or followers your channel has, they're sometimes the only ones people can find outside of what the creators made, and those are a huge help. So thanks to those people that are doing them and use these Walrus Audio. They're very affordable, like $150.
Yeah.
So in the pedal world, they're super affordable. You don't. There are some reamp pedals that have other features and stuff that can get into the $300-$400 range, and those are really nice. This has worked really well for me. It was all that I needed to be able to do it. So. Big game changers on that front.
That's a great one to point out. That's very helpful. I think a lot of people ears perked up on that.
Yeah, and even if you're not recording demos, I mean, or for pedals, I mean, if you're doing home recording,
yeah,
I mean, it's perfect.
It really is, and it's funny. I heard. Do you guys know who Paul Meany is? By chance, he's a producer. He was the front man of the band Mute Math and others. He's recorded multiple bands. He had a technique that he had kind of talked about where you essentially record. I'm going to mess this up, so don't take this as exactly what he said, but It inspired. Like I heard him say it, and it inspired for a couple of things that I've recorded now. But essentially, you just record one guitar part, and then you reamp it through different pedals, different amps, and setups. And so it's just this big old thick riff that you played once going through different pedals and amps. And man, does it sound like a machine moving through. So if you're doing just at-home recording, do yourself a favor and record DI and reamp it. It's a game changer.
Wow.
For sure. Whether you're using a Kemper or a digital amp modeler or a real amp, it works the same. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's especially good. I'm glad you pointed out the fuzz, because that's usually where you get into a little bit of sticky business with, just going into directly into like a digital thing, because it just
those are real bad.
To not like it. All right. Well, how about number 2?
Well, the number one was the reamp, and number two was the DI, the Canvas DI. Those two things kind of together.
I see. I
use
see.
both
Okay.
of those.
There we go.
So in effort, I'm checking off the two, and then outside of that, man, is this lame to have it be a tuner?
No,
Is
not
that
at
lame?
all.
Is that a cop out? I switched from having a regular tuner to the Boss. What is it? A TU3. It's funny. My board is at my friend's house. I don't have it in front of me right now. But it's just this small version. You don't turn it on and off. It's just always on, and you just run it through your chain, and it saved space on my pedal board. And it was one of those things that when I got it, I was just like, why did I not have this thing so much sooner? Instead of having a large, I for whatever reason, and this is not everybody, and I'm really happy mini pedals are made, but I don't know what it is aesthetically about it. I don't know if this sounds vain. There's just this weird fingernails on a chalkboard thing with mini pedals to me. And I've played through some. They sound great. It's this completely unreasonable thing about me. I have no good explanation for it. But like having those little mini pedals, so I'm just used to your standard size pedal. And then I bought that version of the tuner, and it was awesome. That sounds really lame, but
No, that's totally fair.
threw that thing on the board, saved a little space, and I use that. And I guess I'll throw this out there: a mini Dunlop wah, because I have those two. I have the tuner right on top of the wah pedal on a Temple Audio board, and I think if I had to just play a show and I only got two pedals, it would be a wah pedal and a tuner into a really great amp.
Okay.
There's a lot you can do with a cocked wah, especially like if you need to do something different for a lead part or something like that. That would be. I'm trying to make it a little bit different than my last one, which I think the wah was in my last one, so maybe I didn't succeed in that. But
That's okay.
there you go.
That's all right. You split the difference with the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mini pedals is it is kind of weird. It feels like, Tony, you remember what year it was this explosion of mini pedals. I feel like it was like 2018.
It might have been earlier than that. I remember. Do you remember some of the?
Well, it was while we were doing it, and we're like,
Well, yeah.
whoa, what the heck?
But there was prior to that. There were like all the Dan Electro pedals. They came out with the little mini size.
Well,
That was back in the 90s.
yeah, we're talking about
but
the
recently,
mini ones, like the Twinkie size.
oh
ones.
yeah, everybody just jumped into
It's the Twink.
yeah.
Now, I find that a mini pedal is great, especially if. So, like in a recent episode, I mentioned that my pal Hex said, "Hey, you should try out the Pog," and I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll check it out." I hadn't played one, and I found I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what song this is for." I don't need it on every song. I need it on maybe for sure one, maybe two. So for that to take up the space of a full-size EHX box is ridiculous. So then I'm like, oh, cool,
sure.
I'm just going to get the mini one. The mini one's more expensive. What? So now I'm like, doggone it. So I had it in my mind, I'm going to outsmart this pedal. Yeah.
They got you. They
Yeah.
saw you coming.
Yeah. So anyways, that's a good, a good, nice couple of new ones and some ones that we're familiar with. It's all good. Very good. Very good. Let's get on to talking about Sketchy Sounds. The pedals.
All right.
Yes. Not people's ability to play. How can you remind us how I can't remember if we covered this. We probably did, but cover off where you got the term or your name Sketchy Sounds again.
Yeah, I don't know if we riffed on that or not last time, but it's funny. I had when I was thinking about releasing pedals, I did it because I just wanted to keep building pedals, and I could not simply justify continuing to buy more and stacking them up. So, in thinking about what would I release, I tossed a couple of things around, and at the time, I had a 1973 Harley Sportster. that was a pretty sketchy motorcycle. It had how you shift and how you brake are on opposite sides of the bike, because at that time there was no federal regulation on which side you could put the shift.
So mental.
When you talk about like things that the federal government should regulate, that's probably one of them. I'm
Yeah.
I'm all about lower regulations and stuff, but I mean, that's a sketchy thing. So, I got the bike. At the time I worked at a Harley dealership, and the mechanics there were just awesome. And the whole custom culture, I did kind of talk about that. That was the last time. That's the part of what's always been in me is between album art and like custom culture. I've always loved the art, the art behind it, and customizing things that you have, guitars, whatever you have, it's part of the fun of it for me.
And by the way, they should have called that bike the Superman. If the brake's on the other side and you're like, oh, I'm just going to go into third here. You're instant
like
Superman.
Oh, yes, you are. Right over. That's perfect. One of the mechanics that worked there did engraving and did a really excellent job. His name was Lance. And the fuel tank for that bike, we stripped all the paint off of it and gave it to him to engrave, and he just engraved the word sketchy on both sides of the tank because the bike was that. It was a Kickstart and everything about it. And it was just really a fun experience. And it just, when I was kind of thinking, like, I love the word sketchy was just kind of one of those, like, when you like punk rock and motorcycles and things like that, it's just kind of synonymous with part of the culture. And so
big word in the skateboard and surfing
sounds
industry
sketchy.
too. Yeah.
It was just a play on the phrase, oh, that sounds sketchy. You're making sketchy sounds. I like a lot of the kind of feedback loop and different things. And so it just kind of seemed to be a natural fit for it. So
gotcha.
And
do you still have that bike?
The artwork. I don't actually. One of the mechanics that helped bring it back to life was actually going to put some miles on it. I had another motorcycle that was my main driver. I mean, for obvious reasons, I didn't take that one out a lot, and so I ended up selling it to him. So I know the guy that owns it still, but I do not have it. So what's new though? I've been working on. I released that. Lost Soul Fuzz, the fuzz only portion of that. And then I also, at the same time, back to back, just a few weeks ago, I also released the Old Tapes Wobbly edition. And that one was really a response to people reaching out to me. I'm very thankful. One of the things that was kind of holding me back from releasing some pedals is just, I'm fine with customer care and taking care of people, but you just don't. It's tough when you want to go into it for the art of it and designing the pedal circuits and things like that, and then you're the only dude, so you're going to have to take care of customer stuff. And I've been overwhelmed by how supportive the community is that purchases pedals from indie builders. I mean, it's really an amazing group of people that does it. Mm-hmm. And so I'll see some people posting stuff on Reddit. I just kind of lurch there. I've literally never posted on Reddit or engaged with people, but I've seen some stuff that people have put, some of the comments that people have left me and sent emails for. Really, a couple of the additions on that are responses to what people that had the original old tapes thought would be cool to add to it. And so the vibrato or the chorusy kind of portion of that on the repeats was in response to that. And then the hold feature, being able to control how quickly the hold ramps up, or even having the feature to dampen the repeats instead of just send them into self oscillation, and having a toggle switch to switch between those modes is just ultimately a response to people kind of giving me feedback on what they think would be cool. And so really proud of that. I like the form factor, being able to keep it in the size. One of my concerns in making that was it might be a little bit in a little bit bigger of a box than it is, and so had some fun in KiCad making sure everything fit on the PCB and got it in the enclosure that I wanted and the form factor and stuff. So I'm really proud of that build. I like the way that it sounds and that damp and hold feature I think will be very useful to people that want a delay pedal that has that kind of self oscillation feature. I think it's very intuitive and something people can use.
Yeah. It's a one of my favorite pedals to look at too. I got to admit, because Tony and I came from tape era, and so it's like we get the tape, we get it. It's like, yeah, man, tapes. But so as we did announce, you
go ahead,
made 2 custom for our listeners.
Yeah.
These are white with the black cassette tape, and what I do love that you actually like put the cassette tape, so now it's a sideways, so it's a horizontal pedal,
Exactly.
and which is a little bit more room for the foot, which is great. But you also worked in a couple extra knobs here, but we did all orange knobs, which you were so kind to just go like, yeah, man, let's do this. And I was just so excited. And then I played it, and I said, oh dear, what do I do? Because I have the original old tapes, the pink one in the standard pedal size, and this sounded so good. And I was like, oh, but the extra features and everything. And I was like, no, I just got 2 of these for the listeners. I have other things I need to take care of right now, and my OG one sounds fantastic. So I'm happy to
thank you.
Stick with that. But I'm wildly excited for these to get in the hands of our listeners. And
they're gonna
I'm
love it.
grateful that you did a little custom job for us, and were very generous with, how we work that out, because our whole point is just to try to connect the builders to the listeners, and we can't do that all by ourselves. And it was hugely helpful. Thank you.
Well, and I guess that would lead into me just, obviously I said congratulations on the 10 years, but truly what you guys do in just bringing people on that otherwise, don't have a voice to kind of get it out there. It's really, really cool being able to, listen through episodes and discover new things from that stuff that, there's so much stuff on the web, so much content that you can go through. You'll miss all kinds of things that might be something that you'd really like or that could be relevant to you. And you guys curating that in a spot like this is kudos to you guys for sticking through it for so long and really exposing a lot of just DIY stuff. I mean, that's super cool. Really cool what you guys do.
We appreciate that, as we do. We appreciate you guys. And this is one of the best delays that you're going to run across, everybody. It isn't this does 100 things pedal. It does this thing really, really well. And it feels very, very natural. It is a quiet pedal. It has the functionality you need without everything that you don't. It looks great. It is very affordable, and it's built by the guy that we're talking to right now. You kind of can't go wrong. So I highly, highly recommend you check out this pedal. That's what I have to say about that. That's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say about that. Mom always said,
yeah,
going to get an old tapes pedal, get the Sketchy Sounds one.
Now, Brandon, as I mentioned, you dropped the orange knobs on ours, and the ones that you've got up on Reverb, which everybody make sure you get over to Reverb, check these out, because like so many of the builders, it is difficult to wear literally all the different hats. So a lot of times, more often than not, our builders say, yeah, my website's there, but you're going to see what's really cooking on Instagram or Reverb. And in this case, I think the same is true. You've got a whole bunch of updated graphics, which you know, I love looking at your pedals. They are inspiring. They're fun. They got personality, and it doesn't feel like it's just, you know, rubber stamped and moving on down the line. You put a lot of imagination into the things that you make, and that's a desirable factor for people who are into pedals and stuff. So go check it out, because there's a ton of new ones. There's a ton of new graphics and stuff, including this. But to my point about the knobs, if people call and they say, "Hey, I'd really love one of these old tapes," do you offer that? I'm kind of putting you.
What I would. No, that's perfect. Absolutely. I mean, that's even part of kind of the custom culture that I enjoy. What I have told people is, so Etsy and Reverb are the main places to check it out, and I would highly recommend anybody that's thinking of making pedals or selling them or anything, you know, kind of DIY in the music world. Go to Etsy. You don't have to spend hardly anything to have their marketing really work on Google and kind of expose. It's been really great. Their fees are super reasonable. They have a share and save. One thing I would encourage people to do is, if you want to support an indie builder or somebody that's smaller, don't click on the Google ad. They're paying a significant amount. If you click through that Google ad, go to the page organically if you can. Take a couple extra steps to go to their page. And then with Etsy, they actually have a share and save feature. So like if you go to one of the YouTube demos, the easiest way I can tell people is, if you go to a YouTube demo for one of the pedals, I put my Etsy link on there for the shop, because if you click through that link, now that's not a paid ad Google link. If you click through that link, they actually give me half of their fees back.
Wow.
Super cool. Etsy.
Whoa.
Great with that. So it ends up being half the fees if you click through a link that the person on Etsy shared. And so that's for DIY creators, that's adds up big time. That adds up. So support anybody who's selling on Etsy. If you really want to support them, go to a share and save link that they've sent out. That's a side note. And I kind of just got on a soapbox and
no, that's great, man.
I went on this tangent. What did you need from me on that? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think that's super helpful. Like we didn't know that, so you know, we just click on, you know, if we put it in, bang, we hit that, and so
I hear it. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was the knob thing. I do want to address that and answer that question. So I have people ask me similar things, and what I would say is, if you go look at the pedals on Reverb and Etsy, and if you any pedal I have, if you like the knobs on that pedal better than what's on there, or better than the pedal you want. So let's say you want to buy the old tapes, but you really like the knobs that are on the Garantula pedal, just shoot me a message and I'll throw those on right before I ship it. I mean, that's the easy stuff. You know, it adds 1 minute to just bust out my screwdriver and throw those knobs on. So as long as I've got them in stock and you see it on a different pedal, I've done that quite a few times for people. That's easy. Custom graphics are totally different, of course. But throwing, and even like foot switches, because they're soldered in, but knobs, super easy to swap out and sell on Etsy, buy from Etsy. I don't get any kind of anything from them, but it's been a game changer for my shop. I'm thankful they're around. I don't have to deal with taxation. The biggest reason I don't sell on my website directly is I don't have to submit any state tax, any of that stuff. There's protection for the buyer. There's more, the buyer feels better purchasing off of Etsy or Reverb potentially than, some small website that they're not sure how it's going to go.
Totally
and
fair.
Stuff. So there's all kinds of advantages there.
Yeah. That's a good point. Now you have. Let's talk about some of your. Is there anything else you want to talk about the old tapes?
No. That's no. Check out the video demo if you're interested in how it sounds. I've got one for the original and one for the wobbly edition. You can decide which one would be better for you. Right.
Yeah, I do love the share factor. That is one of those things that is. I kind of wish that Reverb had a way to do that, and they just kind of don't, which seems to be a real big miss to me. But So let's talk about, you've been very busy since you've been on the last show, and I think you released about 5 or 6 pedals, something around that, including this one.
Yeah. It's probably, yes, because that was a couple of years ago I was on. I'll bet you I'm 8 to 10 pedals since then.
Wow.
Released.
Okay.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I gotta call out one of the first ones, which is the Dark Waters modulated guitar pedal, a large shipwrecked edition. That is amazing looking, man.
That is great.
And I'm specifically going to call out my pal Hex, because he actually has like a museum amount of stuff for like 50s and 60s movie monsters, and this is right up his alley.
Dude. It's funny because that's exactly what I was going for, was something off of a lunchbox from the 60s, you know. So that, and I actually released a new graphic for the Unicorn Apocalypse that is in the same vein, and I'm working on a phaser circuit that I'm hoping to have done and released by December of this year. It's still a ways, but that'll also kind of have more of that like lunchbox from the 60s, 70s kind of vibe.
Yeah. The van graphics on it. It's like, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks. It's
great.
That pedal too. It's funny, before I released the old tapes, that was the first kind of delay or modulation pedal that I released. I was kind of wondering if there was any need for it in the market. I really loved the circuit and wanted to release it, but I was kind of like, well, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not really anybody over in my corner here. And then it has sold more than twice as much as the next best-selling pedal for me. So very happy I released it. And then Dark Waters is kind of climbing into that as well. So the delay and modulation pedals have been big sellers for me. Really, really grateful for that for whatever reason. But yeah.
Yeah, outstanding. I think that's one of the things that kind of pulled me into your pedals to begin with was the graphics that you're doing on them, which, yeah, I know the graphics don't contribute to sound, but it makes it a joy to look at. And it makes like,
you want to play it.
I like this. So that's a good place to start. If you can't hear it.
Is, yeah. Dude, it's honestly one of the things that was kind of part of the identity in listening to music growing up in the physical media era, man. I mean, cassettes and CDs and of course records, but more specifically me growing up and falling in love with music, I guess, in the early to mid 90s and then into the late 90s when I became a teenager and was really playing in bands and stuff at that point. If the album sounded great, but the album art wasn't, it was a disappointment, dude. It was a disappointment because you wanted to display that proudly in your bedroom. You wanted to have the poster up, and if the poster was just kind of lame, but the album was great. But dude, if they were both great, there's nothing better, man. I mean, it's awesome. I still buy. 2 weeks ago, I bought the Milo Goes to College cassette. Saw it at a record shop. The cassette for it. So I'm still buying cassettes and CDs and displaying them. More cassettes and vinyl nowadays because I already have way too many CDs in my collection. But yeah, man, I'm still a big fan of the physical media and the art that goes with it. And so with pedals, if it looks awesome and it sounds great, that's the combo that I want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love Boss, but it just says Boss and the name of the pedal on it. And Boss is one of the best pedal making companies, but you build a board and there's no real personality in that, and there's all functionality. It can just feel kind of cool. I was reboxing some circuits into different pedals just to have more of artwork and stuff. I feel like it does add to the overall experience. That's not necessarily what everybody would believe, but for me, it's part of the fun, man.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, I just need to call this out. I just sent a picture of the Dark Waters in both sizes, because you do offer both sizes. And I won't say what Hex said, but it's very good. We got to maintain our rating.
I got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. So I
Cool.
think it was something along the lines of it's sucking thick, something like that. And then he immediately said, "Going to reverb right now." So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. Anyways,
Well, thank you.
I knew it. I knew it.
You're a regular Yentl.
But no, on that note, it's like when you do put care into that, it's also something that's like, I know somebody who would really dig this, and then you get into like just bro gifting, or at least a recommendation.
Hey, that's a great term.
I
I love that.
We like to do
Yeah.
things for each other as we, well, it doesn't matter how old you are. You like to do things for your friends.
Yeah.
And when you see something, it's like, oh man, he's going to go crazy about this. That's cool. And it makes it just a little bit more fun and collectible. Okay. Aside from the graphics, so the Dark Waters, we didn't really talk about that a whole lot. This is an echo pedal. Tell us about this.
Yeah, it uses a PT 2399 delay chip, just like the old tapes does. So it's got that kind of more, call it a dirtier delayed repeats, and it can self-oscillate. But it has, on the modulation side, it can get pretty wavy and seasick. There's on those repeats, you can turn up the kind of chorus modulation, and you can either make it sound like a more subdued or subtle chorus effect on it, or you can have it just wobble like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So the death wobble pedal that I have is a chorus pedal that gets really kind of seasick as well in the wobble, but doesn't have a delay. So I would say that the Dark Waters is not like if you put the death wobble and the old tapes together, but it's got a similar vibe as those two would be together. So
all right, so a little something different. You want a little bit more. It's like old tapes plus.
yeah.
I get
it. With a seasick chorus, kind of effect to it.
Yeah, that's the plus part.
And it's a little dirtier. It's not super dirty, but it's a little more degraded on the delays than the old tapes. The old tapes is a little cleaner on the repeats by design. The Dark Waters is just kind of a dirtier, more for kind of those out there sounds, as opposed to a cleaner delay. It's less subtle.
Right. Well done on that. Okay, moving on.
Well, thanks,
got some more awesome ones to talk about. Let's see. Hit us with. Well, you did. You touched on redoing the Unicorn
Rattle
Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, that one. That one's a big seller for me, which I'm thankful for. I just wanted to update the design and have something that was more of like a full color graphic. And I kind of got there's a dude I met through Fiverr for art that had that kind of style, and so I thought, that the Unicorn Apocalypse, just the name is kind of ridiculous, and the graphic, having it fighting some UFOs or something like that, just seemed like it'd be fun. And so it was genuinely just because I wanted to put something out that was a little more of that vibe. And I'll probably do that for multiple pedals moving forward. I'll kind of call it lunchbox editions, and have some of those kinds of graphics for some of them. But I do have a whole new. Obviously, I've released a decent amount since we last talked, but I also am hoping by July, now this podcast will hold me to it, to release a blend line. I've released a couple pedals with a blend function, but I have people comment on YouTube that they wish that I would have added bass to the demo so they could hear what it sounds like on bass. And I agree with these people that this should be on there. I am not a bassist, and I am the only one doing this, and recording in general and the anxiety that goes along with making sure everything's clean and done well and all that. When you add in another instrument on it, and putting it together, it's a lot more work than just, oh yeah, let me pick up the bass, And so I needed to be better at feedback that I've heard. I've just needed to be better demoing pedals with bass and releasing pedals that work really well with bass on the distortion end. And so I'm going to be releasing 5 pedals, dirt pedals. Some are fuzz, some are distortion, that work super well with guitar or bass. In fact, the clean blend is bypassable. So if you have a pedal with a blend, this isn't necessarily a blanket statement for all of them, but with a clean blend, even if you have the blend all the way up, it's still not all the way without the clean blend in it. And so I made it so that if you want to play it with guitar and not have any blend, you just like the circuit, the fuzz that's coming from it, you can shut that the blend function off, or you can turn it on.
Smart,
it works super well. Yeah, it'll work super well with bass. So like one of the circuits is the Rat circuit. And honestly, a Rat circuit with a clean blend for bass is kind of awesome. And I've had the Rattle Can that didn't have that. And so I'm re-releasing the Rattle Can with that. The unhinged pedal that I have is a take on the Russian Big Muff, and which is already fantastic for bass, but you add a clean blend in with it to be able to dial that in. And honestly, it makes it even more usable. And so I'm re-releasing unhinged with that. And then I'll have 3 more that I'll put alongside that. And I plan to, all of those demos will include guitar and bass. And then I'll go back for those people that have asked. I'm going to go back and redo demos for older pedals to update them and include bass on them. Just give me a little bit of time.
Yeah, smart.
But I'll get those. So
yeah, I think you just touched on something, because I'm trying to remember what pedal it was, but we were talking about this. There was a blend on it, and I was like, what? I can't, no matter what I do, I still get like not a clean throughput on it. There was always either just something there or so the idea of bypassing that's very smart. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't need to keep going. I think it'll be very functional for a lot of people. And then some people that play both, because there's a lot of people that maybe you're recording. There's so many people that just record all of their own music. They might program, and then they play their guitar, they play their bass. Now you can have one pedal that you could use for dirt that works well with bass and guitar by having that bypassable clean blend. And from home recording artists too, might be something that's a little more functional for them and all that.
Good stuff. One of the other things I think that's worth mentioning, you were talking about how you've updated things with graphics and everything. I do really appreciate that you give the option to say, hey, here's a pedal, just like I was mentioning with the Pog. It's like I really don't have room to stick a big giant box on there, so now I got to figure out something else. You have many of your pedals come in multiple sizes, and that's really helpful. And it's not something that a whole lot of builders do. No shade that way, but I think just how you operate your builds, you're able to do that without getting yourself into a corner, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a little more work. I appreciate that. It's a little more work. Like with the Dark Waters and old tapes, I have a version of the original old tapes that it's called the wide version.
Yes.
Kind of a lame name, but it's so that if you have the room on your board and you're going to use the hold functionality a lot, if you have bigger feet, bigger shoes, they can be pretty close. And for some people, that's not an issue. They'd rather save the space. So giving that option, depending on what's important to you, it's more work. You have to, have twice the amount of inventory in stock, and there are some drawbacks to it. But at the end of the day, I'm in a spot that I want to be able to provide that. That helps me find room in the market that's, oversaturated. If I can find any little bit of room for that, and there's a sacrifice that comes with it, I mean, it's definitely worth it for me. And so it's really just kind of that. A lot of it's a response to people kind of saying, hey, this would be really cool if it had this. And sometimes they wave a magic wand and I'm like, yeah, I'm not a sorcerer. And then other times it's like, you know what, that's actually really practical.
Yeah.
I should do that. And so a lot of it's in response to good ideas from people.
Yeah. Let's see. Now you're working on the blend thing. You got a couple more things coming out. What anything else that we can expect from you, just even in your thinking about things?
Yeah, one thing, if I could do a small plug,
Please.
It's funny, after I did the first podcast, a really nice guy named Lucas, he owns and runs LSJ Music
Lucas,
in Delavan, Wisconsin here. You know Lucas, right? He's a really super nice guy. He is about 25 minutes from my house, and he connected with me. He heard the podcast, reached out to me, and now we're selling my pedals in his shop. So I don't have my pedals in a physical shop other than his. He's really supportive of a lot of DIY stuff and other builders. He's got some guitars on display in his shop that were made by local builders as well. Stuff that even small local music shops are not really featuring. He believes in. He's really, really nice guy. So that's been cool. I just want to give a shout out, because if you are in the southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois area and you want to try some of my pedals in person, head over to LSJ Music in Delavan. So I'll kind of tie that into your question. I have kind of considered trying to find a way to get to have it make sense to have these in more shops. So something I'm maybe, if we talk again in a couple more years, maybe that's something that I'll have grown in the meantime. But I've had a very positive experience in relationship with him selling those. And so something I'm looking to do on the horizon as well.
Well, I think I feel like we might have mentioned it, but I would seriously give Johnny at Oakland Guitars a holler. He too is wildly supportive of anybody doing it themselves, regardless of what it is. I mean, he's got a small shop, but he's got I feel like he's got a high volume there, because he's in an area that is just kind of rife with awesome youth and everything. He features, like, whenever somebody comes in and buys their first guitar, he like does a social feature on them and stuff like that. And
oh, dude, that's awesome.
yeah. So Johnny at Oakland Guitars. Yeah, I can pass on his information to you if you need.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And when you get off the call, it looks like you're going to have to box up one of those hang on. What is it?
Dark Waters.
Dark Waters. Yes, the Dark Waters. He said, "Tell him I just bought the small version on Reverb."
Oh, I see the order right here.
Yeah,
oh, that's awesome, dude.
He said, "I saw the video. I can replace my echo, which is always on, and use the self oscillation button for end of songs here and there. I actually can use it at the end of one of they're kind of like a punkabilly band, but they cover Forest from The Cure. It sounds fantastic. Anyways, so thanks, Hex.
You guys are awesome. Yeah, thanks, Hex. That's great.
Anyhow, well, man, it's been an absolute treat talking with you again. Yeah. I'm so excited to put these pedals in the hands of our supporters, and I'm just so stoked that immediately I was just like, I know who to call with what we're doing, and you were one of, I think you might have been the first person that I did call, actually. But thank you. Now,
yeah, thank you, guys.
Tony.
Yes, Todd.
Well, let's do it, man. Well, he just poured a stiffy there.
Strictly for medicinal
Stiff drink
purposes.
there, yes.
Hey, Todd, at this point of the show is a little game we play called
Would you rather?
a little slow on the draw
Sorry,
there,
man.
dog. Come
Yes.
on. Come on.
I know.
That's right. Would you rather? The game of chance that everyone loves to play.
Yes.
This week is kind of a special one. So I'll give you a little background after the intro. So you happen to be walking down the street and you're a little down in the dumps because you haven't bought a guitar in, 24 hours.
For you, probably.
Hey, they're all $100.
Yeah.
Come on, that's doable.
$100. That's all you got. So, yeah, you sit down on the little bench there and on the street, and all of a sudden, poof,
Yes.
who should appear?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm going to tell
good.
you.
Thank you.
It's the Purple Prince Fairy.
The Purple Prince Fairy?
Yes,
Okay.
the Purple Prince Fairy.
All right.
He says, "Why are you so down in the dumps?"
Are you trying to talk like Purple Prince right now?
Purple Prince Fairy.
Okay.
I'm not a good impersonation.
We'll imagine how it. You just tell the
imagine what it
story.
would sound like.
Yes.
So you say, well, I haven't bought a guitar in about 24 hours, and I've only got $100 in my pocket.
Uh-huh.
So the Purple Prince Fairy says, "Don't worry, I'm going to take you on a special trip."
Uh-huh.
So another poof.
Yes.
And next thing you know, you are at, let's just say you're at Paisley Park up there in Minnesota. Now, interestingly, today that we're recording this,
Yeah.
April 21st,
Uh-huh.
is exactly 10 years to the day that Prince died.
No kidding.
Today is the day.
That's wild.
10 years. They're
Boy,
having
that was a big shock, wasn't it?
oh,
My
yeah,
goodness.
Yeah. Especially after when he did the
Super Bowl.
no, there was the Beatles thing. George Harrison.
George Harrison.
Talk about killer guitar
Talk
player.
about killer guitar licks.
So anyhow, he says, "I feel your pain, and I want you to give me that $100, and you can have one of two of Prince's guitars."
But you don't have to play him in basketball for it.
No, you don't. That's a good one.
Yes.
I like that.
All right.
So option one is the Prince Cloud guitar.
Uh-huh.
And this is the elongated one with the long horn, kind of streamlined.
Yeah. Very stretchy and
Stretchy.
scrolly.
Scrolly. And
Round.
that was made by Newt Coopy,
Yeah.
a famous Minnesota luthier.
Yeah.
The other
I
one,
think there was two. He made two of them.
well, he made several. The one, let's just say this is the white one.
Okay. He
Because
made a
they're-
white one, yellow one, and a purple one.
Correct.
I know that.
Yes.
There might have been some others.
Well, there might have been.
Yeah.
But this is only the white one.
Yeah.
The other one is the love symbol guitar.
Yes.
This would be a little painful to play. But it was made in Germany by a German luthier by the name of Jerry Alsewald.
Okay.
And so there's your two choices.
Okay.
Now,
Which one are we talking about? The white one, the yellow one, or the
the
purple
white cloud guitar.
White cloud.
Or the yellow love symbol
Yellow
guitar.
love symbol.
But
Uh-huh.
as an added bonus,
Yeah. Oh.
because the Purple Prince Fairy likes to sweeten the deal a little bit, he's going to toss in a raspberry beret in a little red Corvette.
Oh, wow.
And guess who's going to sit next to you?
I couldn't. Sheila E.
Darlin' Nikki.
Oh, jeez. Okay. You're very proud of yourself for that.
Yeah,
one.
so
Yes.
kids, go look up that song,
You
Darlin'
didn't mention
Nikki.
how the Purple Prince poofed away
He
by
did.
clicking his little high heels. Poof. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a fun one, Tony.
Yes.
And I suspect this is going to be pretty easy.
Well, if I had my druthers,
Which you do.
I would go with the Honer Mad Cat.
That's not on the list.
I know it's
man.
not on the list, but that's what I'm saying. If I had my way,
Okay.
if I had my way,
Yeah, I don't think I'd do that.
But I think between these two, you got to go with the cloud guitar. I mean, you want to be able
Well,
to.
don't tell me what to do.
Well, I'm telling you. No, it's for me. I mean, I want something that I can play.
Yeah.
And I would think that love symbol guitar, man, that looks like a handful to play. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jerry Oswald.
Let's see here. Well, Lucas.
Lucas.
You got me
Lucas.
talking about Lucas Janis. I'm sorry, my brain's on slow mo right now. I'm just picking up whatever people are laying down and running with it.
Did you know that
awesome.
Brandon's middle name is Lucas? So he answered immediately to that.
That's Lee. It's close.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of those L words.
Got the L right.
Brandon, which one are you gonna pick?
I mean, it kind of has to be the White Cloud one. It's the other one. I mean, I would. How are you not gonna
Hurt
break
yourself?
that arm that's shooting straight down?
I bet you it's carbon fiber.
It's got to be something because that's crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy shape.
It's like a boat anchor, and I would be concerned I would break one of those arms off. It'd be the cloud.
Okay, the cloud. 2 for the cloud.
All right.
Are you going to make it a trifecta?
I'm gonna make it a trifecta for sure. Yeah, the cloud. Now it is weird because he did have a lot of really wacky guitars, like really wacky stuff.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I don't think that the love symbol guitar is the wackiest of all. There are what seem to be wackier ones, but nevertheless,
it seems like designers, the people that designed these guitars could have been hired by Peavey in the 1980s.
Or Parker or Roland or you name it. Anyways, why don't we motor on? Thank you, Tony. That was a fun, moderately inspired one.
Moderately inspired.
Yes.
And hats off to Prince.
Yes.
I mean, you may not have liked all of his music, but I mean, he was an icon.
Yep, indeed.
He did it his way, man. Yeah, he did it his way for sure.
Yep. Okay, Tony, we need to thank some peoples.
Yes, Todd. At this point of the show, there's a special group of people that we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Now, an executive producer helps make this show possible. How do you become an executive producer in our 10th year? Same as it ever was. You go over to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate, become a friend, a sponsor, a hero of the podcast. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts and opportunities to win great stuff. And, you might even get a chance to play 4 special pedals on the pedal, 4 at the floor, 4 at the door. Is that what it is called?
4 at the door.
At the door. Did you trademark that?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm doing it right now. But in addition to all that great stuff, there is one thing more, I'm told, Todd. What would that be?
You get to have your name read on the thing.
That's a little better. You're a little faster on that button.
I got it.
I'm giving you kudos for that. That's right. You get your name read on the thing. That's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, John Esterly from Rare Buzzer FX, John Sebastian, John Halverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Pluton, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology. What? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Lamb, Tom Brazen, Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Vader and Pedals, Caribou Gone, Ed Rossler, Uday Ram, Andrew Fryette, and new this week, Bob Clemier.
Yes.
Thank you. But Todd, there's a special group of executive producers. We call them our grand poobahs. These are the top of the heap, the A number ones, the king of the hills.
Mm-hmm.
And they wear a fez on their head,
Is it King of the Hills or Kings of the Hills? Anyways.
King of the hill, top of the heap.
Yeah.
I think it's just one hill.
Okay.
So Kings of the Hill.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Clearing that up. I'm sure the audience is just on edge right now.
Probably not. Let's go.
So special thanks to these Grand Poobahs. Anthony Gemalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, Brian Robison, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex by Every Pedal on the Planet, Matos, John Williams, Martin Cliff, Matt Hart, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wound Pickups, Jonathan the Body from M2 Labs, Ty Barnes, James Castellano, and Kenny Howe.
Yes. Thank you guys so very much. Andrew, you were our firstest, newest one for about a week. I hope it was sweet while it lasted. We appreciate that. All that you guys are joining up is just fantastic. Thank you. And I've said before, there are ways that we wish that we were like, what other words are there to say thank you? But we're doing it more than words now, because we've got fantastic things coming to our patrons to celebrate our 10th.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the one that is going to be in development. So we don't have a ton of information right now, but by now you've heard the Dr. No episode, and
yes,
we're going to build a pedal with him, and that's going to be very, very exciting, because he's going to, at this point, we're discussing doing 10 of them. So yes, more to come on that, and that's all based on what you guys want to do. If you have ideas and you're like, whoa, if Dr. No was building a pedal, I mean, gee, many Christmas. Listen to the episode. You'll get all the super details. We will continue to share some out, but it's very exciting.
The rules are there are no rules.
That's according to him. So we got to trust that. All right, Brandon, we need to say a humongous thank you to you for sharing your time yet again, for making an awesome array of pedals, for keeping the player in mind, and for having fun and letting us kind of have fun with it too.
Well, man, yeah, the pleasure was all mine. This was a lot of fun. I'm happy to be on anytime, and congrats again. It's a cool milestone.
Absolutely. Thank you. Now, where can people go buy your pedals?
Etsy and Reverb. You can check out sketchysounds.com for the pedals, and then click through the links on them to purchase from there if you'd like.
And don't click on the Google sponsored list.
Well, that's for anybody, not just me. I'm just putting that out there if you want to know how to support smaller builders and stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff. Tony, how about yourself?
Head over to pickguardian.com. Check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make pick guards for guitars. How do you get one? Shoot me an email. Let me know what you need, what you're trying to do, what pickups you're using, what body style you got, all the cool stuff. I'll make something special for you. Our friend Todd here likes to say, it's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
Awesome. And when you get that website redone, you can put that at the top.
Yes. I'm a big picture of Todd on
that. Yes. You can shoot me or us a direct message.
Ooh, DM.
On Instagram. Use @GuitarKnobs. It will get to me. And Tony, if it needs to.
Yes.
We've had some fantastic discussions as of late. And every time we mention this, I'm like, whoa, this thing just blew up. And then I spend a bunch of time talking with y'all, and it's a great feeling. We really appreciate that you're out there.
Hey, how about some more Would You Rathers?
We would love some more Would You Rathers.
How about you tell us what your 4 on the floor is?
Ooh, I like that too.
Tell us what your favorite gear is.
I like that even too.
We'll talk about it on the show. I guarantee it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Be positive. Be kind to each other. Have a fantastic Guitar Week and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Fuzzocoplet. Jiminy Christmas. What's wrong with my brain?
Fazakalypse.
Okay, we got to do this, man. Fazzopolis.
Fazakalypse.
Yes. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. Back to the beach, y'all. What does southern Wisconsin have over northern Wisconsin? Bodogo call, calling on Bodogo. Bodogo call, calling on Bodogo. Oh man, I bet that dude's on the phone over. Oh hey, Brandon Wilson. What is it? Hop, 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 hop.
Do we have a would you rather?
Hello? Hop, hop, hop. This is your mother. Hop, hop, hop,
He's
hop,
great at
hop, hop, hop. Thank
we
you
do we
for
have a-
being here. We're excited.
Would you rather?
We don't have a would you rather,
Yeah.
Tony. I'm talking to him.
Would you rather?
No,
Send
I
it-
don't.
send
You
it to
do
me.
it. I don't have one.
Send it to me.
I'll send it to you,
me.
but you're not gonna like what I give you. Footloose did a pedal as well. That's the pepper box.
Oh, cool.
It feels
Okay.
like you
Yeah.
guys should be like pedal friends because there's similarities between the two. You guys, how you approach things. All right, let me see here. Sketchy sounds and effects and pedals. Going to the page with the sketchy sounds. Okay.
Man, it's all a blur for what.
All right.
You know,
Better get your ducks in order, son.
Touched.
Tony, what do you got going on?
I'm just making some notes.
Okay.
I'm keeping track of all the mistakes you've made so far.
Yeah. Tony went to the doctor because he's got bladder hemorrhoids.
Bladder hemorrhoids.
Isn't that it?
No. I thought I had.
And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.